Oh, hello. Should be live. Um, yeah, a certain someone got their time a little mixed up, so they're not here yet, but folks are here, so I decided, may as well yap for a bit before we get into the main yapping. I hope you guys are having a lovely night. We just had an earthquake over here. Um, over here being California, my neck of the woods. So that was fun. Actually, no, it wasn't anything bad. It was just one quick little shock wave and it was basically over, so it wasn't too bad. Now, a few days ago, that one was a bit bigger. That one shook some things and unfortunately it scared my cat pretty badly. So, but she's okay with this one and oh, and it looks like a certain someone has just showed up. So give me a second, guys.
Um,
Oh, hello, Bonnie.
Hey.
So you can know we're live, so people can hear you. They can't see you, but they can hear you.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
Now we're good.
well, you never know. You might have a boob hanging out or something, and everyone's like, "Ooh, look at that!"
Well, yeah, that's extra. They have to pay extra for that, or if they like at least donate something.
If you're willing to pimp yourself out like that.
No, I'm teasing. But let me. People make so many judgments, so I better just say, yeah, no, not me.
So, okay. Well, missed opportunity.
Darn it.
Oh, wow. Apparently someone in chat actually wouldn't mind seeing that though.
Oh Lord.
Let's start bidding at, I don't know, we'll start low and see where we can work our way up to. We'll start at
Oh,
like
nice.
$50.
There we go.
So who has 50 on this? This is terrible. I'm sorry.
I have to go higher than that nowadays. Like,
Well, again, we're bidding here. We're bidding. So we start low, and then someone's going to
Okay.
say, I'll take it for
There is
100.
a minimum bid, though.
The minimum is 50. 50 is pretty good. That's gas
That's
money.
not enough zeros.
Well, aren't you high priced? Okay, well, let's start bidding at.
It is called a habit.
Let's start bidding at 200.
You have. That's it.
We're starting at 200. What do you mean? That's it. 200 is good.
For one boob or half a boob?
Oh, gosh, you are expensive. Okay.
I love it. Look at you turn red, though. I get to see you turn red. That's always funny.
Well, it happens.
That was pretty much what you're worth it.
Okay. Yeah, so hello guys, welcome to Yapping at Midnight. We haven't done one of these in a while, and yes, even though it's not midnight here, it is midnight somewhere. And so Bonnie and I are going to be yapping.
That's what we do.
Now, for those who don't know, Yapping at Midnight is a bit different than Unexplained Possibilities, meaning that Unexplained Possibilities doesn't have a script, but I try to keep it more organized and won't talk about certain things. Over here,
I know what you're talking about.
over here, anything goes. It's no filter. It's say what you want. Just have a fun discussion about it, and you guys can jump in as well and give your opinions or whatnot, and say, go blow it out your bum or something like that. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Bonnie, you all ready? Because I can switch to the camera whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me see how.
Okay.
I don't know if I have too much light.
You can never have too much light. You'll look like an angel.
But see.
Oh, you don't want to look like an angel. No, I don't want that. I want to look like a demon.
Yes. I'm gonna have you put your legs in my lap. Nobody else see them. It's just legs in my lap. Ah.
Wait, I'm
Let me
sorry.
make
I misheard you. Did you say you're gonna have me put my leg in your lap?
Yes, that's exactly what I said, Mel. You're so funny.
No, like I
No,
honestly misheard you.
no,
Like,
you did mishear me because I was talking. I was talking to Curtis.
okay, so you want his leg in your lap?
I mean, next time we can do you, Mel. It's okay. I'm not
I'm
forgetting.
so confused. I don't know.
You're, no, I'm ready when you are, dude.
Okay, I should probably do this and switch from there to there and switch from. Ooh, that wasn't good. I hit the wrong button, of course, because, technology. What is this?
But you actually know how to hit the buttons.
All right, here we go. You should see us in three, two, one. Boom. There we are. Hello. Gosh, I'm
Today,
sitting so much higher than you.
I can. No, you're just
Yeah, it's
sitting up
just the way the
straight.
camera is and how it's set up. And I hate this camera
Oh,
lag.
don't say that. You're gonna. Well, okay. I thought you were talking about my camera because Curtis gonna come in here and straight.
No, 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 no. Yours is.
He
Your.
cracks me up. No, at least he's good about that. I have it all jumpy and everything's crooked. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, it's still going. The spirits haven't knocked it out. We're good. I'm just kind of happy when I don't get like bad internet problem. Well, you've been here around me long enough.
Yeah, no, that's the aliens.
Mm, gotta keep bringing that up.
Well,
My star's back.
like,
Speaking
oh, your
of,
star is back. Yeah, I will always
yes.
bring up the aliens because you have to get used to, especially in the. I think it was the last Yapping at Midnight we did. It was on Facebook. It's still on Facebook, and I think it was like we discovered that one of your guides, Miss Holly, might actually be an Arcturian,
Uh-huh.
and it never
Yeah.
crossed your mind that at all.
No, it didn't. No,
Which,
because she tried. Yeah, like, well, I guess if I knew me, like, it's like, where they know you, of course, they know what you can handle, what you can't, but like, I can't tell her what I am.
yeah, but your reaction to that was just amazing.
Mm. Yes,
It was
because it
such a
was the
great
same.
reaction.
Oh, I'm so glad it entertained you. That means I looked crazy. That's
Oh
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. I won't even. I won't try to josh you. You look nuts because it was the realization you could see when it hit, and it was after I said, "Have you ever seen her eyes?" And it was like, "Huh? Wait a second. No, I
Mm-mm.
haven't." And it was,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
so.
It's weird because it's not, it was something I had never really thought of. Like, why?
And
Oh.
then And then when I, because that's one of their giveaways, and then you said she sparkled up or something, and you're like, oh my gosh. Like you saw it real quick and
Yeah.
gone.
Well, and, it's weird because, like, lately, sometimes it's like things that I have experienced even a long time ago. I'm starting to see them and, like, think back, and they make so much more sense now. I don't know. I know, and I've heard a lot of people in the collective, some of my other friends that, either are teachers or they, are some kind of an energy worker or something.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them have, it's like this weird energy shift. And the only way to put it is, and it sounds crazy, but it's like everybody's like a lot of people I know have accidentally stepped into another timeline or something. Um, yeah, I mean, because, like, I'm noticing people that, okay, because now we can say her name.
Yeah,
Say her
you can say it.
Evil Melinda. Yeah, she, like, I've known she was a fake, but I guess part of me, that little bitty bit, and you know how little it is to have any hope for her, had stuck in, thinking, well, maybe. But today she went off on the one. No, You made sure I saw that one. You sent it to me, the tarot reading one. Or
Yep.
terror. I love how Malice loves to give her shit on that one. But the tarot reading, you're not a
Terror.
real, you can't be a real medium if you're, or psychic if you use tarot cards. I said, but bitch, you can be living and loving on Elvis in the astral, and that's okay. I said, and what you saw, I said, I had to screenshot it to prove to you I did say something to her. I couldn't help it because I know within 5 seconds of her seeing it, she's probably like started having a panic attack because I called her out as how fake she is. I said, at best, you're a cold reader,
At
not even
best.
at best. And I said, but I said, you people are believing that she's like got what? How did I put it? I said, y'all people believe that she's like um, Elvis's girlfriend, lover on the astral, and Ed Warren's teaching her how to be a demonologist. I said, none of you can get. I didn't say it that mean, but it's like if you are not understanding who's real and who's legit and who's evil and who's good, then I can't help anybody. It's like, and I don't want to say I give up, but it's like, my goodness, if y'all believe this shit and you don't question it,
I got a
like,
bridge to sell you.
thank you. Like, she has met most anybody I've ever heard her talk about that she's of a spirit like me. I just when I talk to you about something that I've crossed or come up to paths with recently or at all, I'll tell you. Well, it was a dead guy, somebody's grandma. I don't have I ever told you a celebrity,
No, not that I know. Except
and the
for
only one is because that's the one we tested to see if we could get, and it worked. Like, but it wasn't like they came looking for me.
mm-mm. No,
Mm-mm.
so it is very interesting because she
I mean,
is.
she's cute. She's a cute girl, but I don't know. I don't think I'd be traveling through time and space.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is what Bonnie said. Why not actually do a video where you prove your gifts? I don't mean by cold reading either. You waste so much time judging and bashing other people's path that it shows how much of a scorned, angry, and jealous and hateful person you really are. You
There's not
are the
enough
one
evidence.
who is wrong for taking advantage of your loyal followers' vulnerabilities and gullibility. They believe it when you say that Elvis is your astro lover boyfriend, Ed Warren is your guide and demonology teacher, etc. Zach Baggins blocked you because of your craziness, and let's be honest, he knows a demon when he encounters one. Good call, Zach.
I had to do that one because I remember how mad she was when he blocked her on Twitter. Like he's just getting like red flags bashed, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is one of those that'll come and kill me out of my thumb, out of the out of the bushes or something, and stab me to death." Like you were the one that pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, it's true. He blocked her." I thought that how do you get blocked by a celebrity? That's got to be
It,
hard.
I mean, I
It's
guess it's
got to
an
be almost as
honor in
hard as
some
losing
way.
your Facebook account. I'm just gonna say,
Oh, wow. Doo-doo-doo.
boom.
You're
Yeah,
going there.
what? Sorry,
Um,
I had it. I'm
so
feeling spicy.
just want to quickly say hello, Alicia. Hello, Doll. Hello, Morningstar. Hello, Margot. And am I forgetting someone else? If so, hello to you too. Hope you guys are doing well tonight and listening to our Texas witch go off on some skanky Alaskan wannabe psychic medium demonologist, whatever she is.
She
I'm from
makes me.
Texas. I don't play that.
I'm gonna have to have Olympia after all this. No, like she just. I'm like number and how dare her say terror? Now I'm gonna. Mm, it's gonna
Terror.
end up happening. Yeah, karma's gonna end up making me call it tarot cards now because I've laughed so hard about it.
I
Tarot
mean,
terror. She calls them tarot cards.
that's okay if that's okay.
How would she though? How is she going to sit there and say you're not a psychic, you're not a medium, If you can't read read somebody without cards, and like people were trying to explain to her what the cards are actually for, but Melinda, her pride,
Yeah.
she's already. I've never met anybody, or not. I haven't met her, but I have never known anybody like she argues on things that like your kid would argue with you about, like the petty stuff. Like, did you wash your hands? No, yeah. Oh, and you see dirt on their hands or something. Did you eat that last Oreo? And they have the Oreos in their teeth, but they tell you, that's the kind. It's just, it blows my mind. She will not accept it.
Well, you evidently that's because you're not the super psychic.
Uh,
So, but yeah,
for her to take off to this poor girl that passed away and to try to act like, oh,
yeah. Actually, let's
she
talk
met
about that
her
for a
already,
second.
yeah,
So, one of the things that set me off, like, I don't like people taking advantage of folks who passed away, and it's a lot of hurt. So, everyone by now knows about that Gabby chick. I had no idea who she was until it just popped up she's missing. And I have an issue with that as well. Not the fact that she's missing, but the fact that it's, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of people who go missing in this country every day.
yeah.
And the resources they put in to find her, like the FBI got involved. Are
Yeah,
you
you have
serious?
put in so, and
Like,
and the thing is, I know it is good, but they need to be doing this for every lost person.
yeah. So it's just annoying to me because it's just
It
so many
hurts,
people.
yeah, because what is this one person? How is she marked? There's so many people all the time
So,
that
but
I get it.
anyway, what I'm getting at is Einstein, super psychic.
Beat Health
Doll.
Paranormal to
Wait,
a
wait,
video.
wait.
She beat Health Paranormal to a video. Let's just
Yeah, doll. Let me tell you, it's no occult reason why she's getting it. She's getting attention because she's a moron. Like,
But you know what? Let me put this. At least Huff is catching something. I mean, and he's probably, there is, whether he considers himself a magician or not, when you work with those kinds of things, it's still in that same frequency. So yes, he could be pulling that energy. Is it right? I mean, I did connect to Richard Ramirez on the spirit board, so
yeah,
who
but
am I to judge anybody?
I think there's the difference. You're not exploiting Mr. Ramirez. You're not
No,
you're
no,
not
not
sending a message to the families or oh, no. I wasn't, no. The Gabby chick, real quick, I'm responding to Doll real quick. With her, my point was that I don't like people using her death to basically get views and exploiting, and super psychic is doing that, and
But
basically
even
made
she
a
can hashtag.
made a video saying, "Oh, this is a message for the family. I'm psychic. I spoke to her on the astral realm." And it's like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's
And
so. I would be so mad if I found that and my family was missing or had just passed. I would
okay, I see
be
what you're
so
saying,
angry.
doll. Um, but yeah, you're not exploiting Mr. Ramirez. You aren't trying to get famous. You aren't sending messages to his family or families that
No.
were impacted by him. That's the difference. With the Huff
True.
Paranormal, I definitely have my issues with him. I don't like this. Like, oh yeah, I heard the voice of Michael Jackson. He has a message for us. Like, really? It better be hee
Well,
hee.
I listened to
So
that one because I like Michael Jackson. So,
I
but it does that one did sound like it, and I was trying to like be very, me, I'm trying to be judgy. That's how I come across first. And when you impress me, and I'm like, it sounded like him. Then I had to listen to all my Michael Jackson old stuff. So but some of the stuff, like, I don't know. I think people don't have any respect. Um, I'm honestly, I don't think if they care, they don't have to show up if just because it's like
yeah.
like pushing the button or whatever.
I
It's
won't
not like
say names, but someone recently, unfortunately, had someone close to them pass away, and they were feeling it hard. And suddenly, they said that out of nowhere, they were in the kitchen doing something. Out of nowhere, a song comes on that's like, oh my gosh, that's their song. And then they said they felt a presence. And next thing you know, they were just very calm. And it's like, you're telling me you're okay. You don't need a
Yeah.
psychic or medium, channeler, whatever. You don't need that for a spirit or a person who's departed to send a message. I mean, oftentimes though we don't listen to the messages we're sent, but
Right.
so I don't know. I just take a lot of issue with folks
Well, I
who
think it's just, yeah, it is gaining, and I don't care. Like, if there is people, like, the family is still crying. That, at that point, like, when she was like, I guess they have. Did they find her? I think they found the body the same day she made the video that she spoke to her. It's like she never talks to them, like, before she can prove they're dead. Never, never that.
no.
Because she's not that psychic. She kind of thinks she's psychic. Is really, to me, what it is.
No,
But people don't read or pay too much attention. They just, the hashtag she uses.
yeah, so it's
Dead
just
Elvis, spirit of Elvis, Elvis ghost, my boyfriend Elvis on the spirit realm. Like,
yeah,
she
that
uses, she's really good at she's. I will say what she could do is school people on how to hashtag to bait, clickbait.
she knows how to clickbait.
Boom.
Um
Oh, the editing is. Um,
she could be a better
oh,
editor.
she was saying she is not going to get money for that video if she's. Is that when does she get to choose? I don't know how
You
it
could
works.
you could turn
Like,
monetization on or off if you want. So
mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know.
wonder if it is on that video because she's saying she's not getting money for that video. I would like to know.
Yeah, so
I just thought it's like I'm thinking, it's a little too early. It's too soon. Like, I've never. I was surprised that none. I have a lot of friends that are gifted and stuff. It's kind of like they don't want to talk about it. Okay, they just. There's a lot going on spiritually right now, and I think it's just you don't want to even keep talking and bringing that energy of that tragedy up, and giving it any more because we already know how horrible it is. And we don't want to feed it more. But it's like she just colludes by. She sees something that can make somebody think that she might actually be who she claims to be, so she'll use that. But she was like, it was straight cold reading. She was like going off the little thing that she's going to try to say that she'll use that her proof that she was already foretold it. She didn't even say. She's like, I feel like she might be dead. It was like very, very vague.
yeah, no, either yes or no.
And I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. So Doll, Daughters of Lilith, I just call her Doll. She said, I kinda don't understand how dead people hang around. Haven't they moved on, or what are you really interacting with?
Oh no, it's a great question, and it's not. I mean, there's going to be a lot of time we're around spirit all the time, but for the most part,
Oh, I
well,
hear your
okay.
kitty.
My grandmother is like the one that if I go, or I'll find her. Her energy is going to be in my parents' house pretty much somewhere. But when I first started doing the readings and stuff, it was very funny because, like, I don't even talk to my most of my family that's passed away. They don't hang around them unless something like the energy. If there's a sadness within the family that they're kind of like, let's say everybody's praying and they're trying to pull up all energy to, like, heal somebody or whatnot. That's when they'll kind of come. It's like call. It's like they know. It's like that familial call. Is they need me, or there's something going on. I need to be there, and that's kind of what will happen. Now, my grandma, my dad's mom, she hasn't left his side since she passed away. She told me that. She said she's not leaving until he goes too. And I'm going, well, okay. I was like, you mom the way you mom, I mom the way mine, I do. But, like, that's considered a hover mom nowadays. All I'm gonna say, very much. But
And Margot has asked a question: don't dead people come back and forth?
they can. Yeah, it's so funny because people, I don't think they quite understand it. Um, my boyfriend now, I think, has kind of come across the energy of my boy's dad. it's weird. They come when they think that they like. Okay, check out who's here. All right, we're good. I'm all right. Now, had had things started like my electricity started popping off again, I probably would have had to double check, you know, what I got going on here because they do. They come around, make sure that well, things are okay. They come if they feel they just want to like okay, with this situation, it was a new boyfriend, and they want to make sure that their kids are okay. Or um, and let's say that I've had my son. He had when he found out his dad was sick, his best friend that had died a few years before. That was the first time my son had ever had any kind of experience that just stood out. In fact, he barely had his pants back up because it happened to him in the bathroom. So, yeah, what people tell you is they can come in there while you're doing whatever it is you do in the bathroom. And he, oh, I remember it because I heard this commotion, and he's running in there like, I saw. She said I saw a ghost. I think it's a ghost. There was this big old ball of light that knocked over the shampoo, and the whole shampoo rack was knocked. It was crazy. And I said, "Well, you scared him to death. What the hell, dude? Did you wipe your butt?" Because we had to just. I was more worried about. And I said, "Baby, that's just a spirit." I said, "That's probably." I told him who it was. I said, "That's probably your friend." He said, "He knows you're going through a lot right now after everything we found out we're dealing with. So you're going to have comfort from the other side. They're going to be there for you." And it was very interesting because I wanted him to know not that yes, it's scary. The ball of light, I wish that's how I would have seen my first one. Like the first one that was like so in my face. And that's not exactly, I saw a woman and she went and talked to me, and it was just very, very unsettling. But the yeah, he saw a ball of light, but it's still scary, especially if you're not used to seeing it. Um, I think a lot of people more than they like. We've got so much going on, and we've been taking the classes that I've been taking. It's interesting because we have a cell phone or an electronic phone. Excuse me, I'm fixing a hiccup. I think. No, I didn't. I could
Okay.
feel the air like trying to do that thing. But like I think nowadays we have so much electronics that we kind of are we never have a quiet. And I remember this was the best way that it makes sense to me because Amy Allen put it perfect. The reason that a lot of the paranormal shows will do them at night, it's not necessarily because it's more spooky. Of course, it's a little more spooky. No, that's obvious. But the reason is at nighttime I don't have neighbors running around, horns aren't honking, we don't hear ice cream trucks, right, Melvin?
Hmm.
There is the distraction level is going to be quite a bit less, right? So when you're there and you're kind of just winding down for the evening, and you give yourself that quiet moment, you may hear something, you might. And if you kind of like you're kind of in falling into that, like you're ready to go to sleep, but you're still awake, and you see a shadow of the corner eye, well, that's the perfect kind of quiet to where they can contact us. We have so much distractions now. See, it's funny because when I was a kid, I was dealing with it. That's why I would sleep with the TV on. I would because I like nobody else. Okay, so I just was like I figured a way to kind of tone it down and deal with it. And I guess until I was more prepared and ready to actually understand what was going on because my family didn't, to them it was not um, Christian, it was not right. It made me, it was an evil thing, and it just wasn't looked upon in a nice light at all. So, yeah, I just had to kind of find out my own way of handling it. But it's
Oh,
interesting because I think it happens to so many people and they don't even realize it.
well, that's where the obliviousness comes in. Um, so
Yeah.
Doll actually asked an interesting question. She was she asked if I've had any experiences, and not really, you know. And
You're so funny.
well, I haven't though. Like, I have never seen ETs. Like I saw a sparkly ball of light, and I think I saw Raphael. That's about it. That off the top of my head. I mean, I had some dreams about a cone of light, but
Mm.
and then she said, "Why? You're such a spiritual guy." A hag experience. Excuse. Well, I haven't had a hag experience either. I haven't had any experiences. And Bonnie, why is that? I think
Mm.
partially it's because I'm very oblivious to most things.
Oblivious. Some people will kind of close themselves off on purpose. That's any if you okay. Have you had any experience in the past that kind of creeps you out enough to where you were more on alert? Like it might have been something you didn't even think that might have been ghost per se, but it just kind of scared you and you couldn't explain it, and so you kind of do whatever you can to keep it from repeating itself.
No,
Okay, so like my sister
I've
would
never
not
had
make sure
anything
she
like
was
that
never
happen to me.
alone. My sister was never alone for the longest. I mean, she still tries to avoid being alone at all costs because, you know, most of the times people usually see a spirit. It's in the dead of the night, in the middle, they wake up by themselves. So, yeah, so she tries to avoid that from ever happening.
Yeah, nothing like that's ever happened to me, and it's kind of hard to wake me. I sleep through earthquakes for crying out loud.
Well,
Um,
and you're pretty stubborn. Even if you saw an apparition, I think you would probably question it
well, it was probably my
and try
eyes
to get
playing
its
tricks on me.
identification to prove to you it was indeed a spirit.
Um, so Margot said that she saw a nun when she was young. Decade. Wait, excuse me. I saw a nun when I was young, decades because the Nun horror movie.
Ah,
Uh, and
interesting.
and Doll is saying, "I think you're a warlock or a wizard." Well, wizard before warlock. I'll say that. And Bonnie, what's your thoughts about sleep paralysis?
I now that I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna have it tonight. Not on wood. I've not dealt with that. Um, however, like if I now I have two different feelings on like when it's paralysis. I think is when we and this is kind of it makes sense to me, but like when we astral travel, right? So we out a body, or we take our soul out, and then we human out in the middle of it, and we like, oh my god, I can't get my body. So in your like, I feel like it is somebody trying to fight and struggle to get back in because they caught themselves what they were doing, and it's so I don't want to say scary because it's not, but it when you can sit there and realize, okay, what is the movie? I watched it with me and Curtis watched it the other day. Um, it's like the craft but for guys.
The Craft, but for guys.
Well, okay, hold on. It's a guy witchy movie.
A guy witchy movie. Okay.
Covenant, the Covenant. I like it. I know people probably like what. Covenant was cool. It had some interesting stuff in it, but it shows this like where he's astral, like floating up over himself, like looking down, and it terrifies him because, well, I would kind of think the same thing. Am I dead? That's gonna be my first thought. It's not, oh, am I floating out of myself? No, it's like, what did we do? Like, what have I done now? Like, I'm floating above myself. This isn't good. Wait, I'm floating. Do I wait? That's what would happen. And I feel like some people don't quite understand it, and they will literally struggle to get back in. And it's the fight.
And I have a little bit of a correction here. So Margot was saying that she saw a nun decades before the movie The Nun came out, so she wasn't influenced by it.
Okay, hang on just a second. I'm gonna hide my cam just a
Oh,
second. We got to get to the kitty.
I'll turn the. Don't worry, I'll turn it off real quick. So, all right, you are invisible. Um, let's see. Okay, dog sleep
I
paralysis.
if you hear this
Yeah,
kitten's
I
like
I hear
teeny.
her. Is it a
Is
her or
she
a
in
him?
like I think it's a him.
You think?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh dear.
Well, you know it's funny, like you know how some cats act like you're like that's a boy cat. I just its personality has like that tough. This one seems like a sweet little sweet girl because she's really he. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I guess what it is.
Well, I think
It's
it
very
would.
loving.
Either he has balls or he does not. Is it a boy
Well,
or a
do
girl?
yeah. I mean, when it boils down to, do we take them away from him? So that we can
Well,
help
as
some.
Bob Barker would say, help control
I
the
believe
pet
in that.
population.
I do believe in that. I'm sorry. Well, I think humans should do it somewhat, but whatever. Um, but that's just me. I say some really strange things. But I do. I think that. Oh, listen, he must have got that cat. I don't know how this cat is teeny tiny little kitten, and it climbed up to get in the window because it heard where we're at. We're
Oh.
in one of our temple
Mhm.
rooms, and and the cat climbed up to try to come in the window. It's kind of funny for it being so young to be that smart. Like I don't think it's even 8 weeks old yet.
Oh wow.
It's tiny, and it's so cute. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
I love cats. I sound like that girl in that video. That oh my gosh, if you've never seen that video, it's the best.
So I
Where the
just
girl's doing the dating app and she's like starts talking about how much she loves cats. She gets super emotional and starts crying. It's great.
yeah, I just
It
looked
says
at mine and she's doing what she does best, just sleeping.
in a box. Is she in the box?
She's not in a
A
box.
box.
She's not in a box, although she will get some boxes probably early next month.
That's cool.
So
So
I'll
yeah,
snap you some pics when she gets in them.
I always ask Melvin to send me all the all of the box pictures. I don't know why, but cats will smush themselves in something that doesn't even make sense. It's like, how'd you get in that?
Yeah,
How'd
so
I get it?
she's definitely one of them.
She's a cutie though. Oh, she's cute. But this one seems like a girl, but I think it might be actually a boy because this one wants to be lovey on you.
Well, there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
no, not at all. It's funny because with Kuro, it was always like, um, I guess I'll love you. Gosh, you look like you're sad today. You really need me. I'll guess I'll give you love. But no, it's this one's just a little bit different, and it's okay.
I wonder if it's mixed with a little bit of ragdoll.
Oh, yeah, it seems. I'm wondering if so because it does. It kind of just flops around. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute because it lets you hold it like a little baby.
Yeah.
But then it'll. I'm almost afraid
Oh, you're
it'll
back.
fall because it's so relaxed. Yeah,
It might
it,
be a ragdoll.
it's acting like it might. I'm kind of wondering about that myself
Yeah.
because it just flops around and it's not like there's anything wrong with it. It flops because it's just so comfortable. It's funny. It'll lay in the crook of my arm. It'll start purring, and then it like flops. Just everything goes completely loose. Like it already is pretty floppy, but it's like I think if like it doesn't have like that cat super fast reflex. It's like they're missing a couple of seconds of lag time for some reason with ragdolls. They're just a little bit. It's not like they're dumb. They're a little bit movements. They're a little more laid back and relaxed. They're stoned kitties, is what it is. They're very
Oh, and
stoned.
Margot just shared something huge. She said that I saw my grandmother the day before I stopped breathing due to multiple blood clots in my lungs.
Interesting.
And her grandmother had passed away by that point.
Okay, that's interesting. So like, was there to meet her on
Wow.
the crossroads. And you know what's funny? That's interesting. My sister had seen that before. So I guess, and I don't think it's always the case, but I think that probably a lot of times, especially if the person that's passing away, if it's unexpected or they're very frightened. But, and my sister was so little at this time. I was like 12, and my sister 8. So she's little. So it wasn't like she made this up. My aunt had ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Mhm.
And we knew what the outcome was going to be. And my mom, we were all up in Dallas at the, like, because they were all near, wanted to be near the hospital. And we were at my aunt's house, the one that was sick with this. And nobody had, we kind of left her door open. So, but we would go back to my cousin's room. And so we're going back and forth in this hallway. And we'd have to pass my aunt's bed every time. And it's the hospital bed. It's very clear what's going, that somebody very ill has been in that room. And this is what's so weird. My sister walks in and looks as the phone, and we hear the phone ring in the kitchen, because like back then it was before cell phone. And you hear my uncle pick up the phone. Hello? My sister goes, did Aunt Margie just die? And I'm like, what? Like, I messed with her because, like, at that time, she was really the one that was having, she was so open. Like, my sister has a lot of abilities too. And had she worked on them, she might have been way more than I even am. It just was not for her. She does get terrified. So, in a sense, it wouldn't have been safe for her to do it either. Because she gets it, well, she's just her empathy and things. She's just not one that would understand how to balance it to make it safe. Mm-hmm. And, but what had happened after she asked us this, my uncle Carl comes in and he goes, the kiddos, I just hate to tell you this, your Aunt Margie's passed away. And we all turn around and look at Annie like, she, like, what the fuck? We were kids, like, we're 12, so it really just kind of floored us. What was even more interesting is that I said, what do you mean? How did you know that? I think it's just because you, even at that age, you're trying not to accept, okay, you got this somehow. And I think that even when we're little, we kind of have an understanding. I was 12. I kind of did, but I think it was still, I was raised to think it's unnatural, it's not heard of, it's fantasy or whatnot. And my sister said when she was walking back there she was just coming to hang out with us back in the back room where, the teenagers and stuff. We were, she was little and she just was trying to be, hang out with us. She said she walked past the room, she looked on the bed. My aunt was in the hospital at the time, remember? She leans up and she says she sees my aunt sitting on the side of the bed, and she described my godfather, which my sister had never seen. He was holding her hand and like helping her up. I got chills. I get chills every time I think about that one. That's... Yeah. So he was there. Yeah, it was. Well, they loved each other very much. So it was kind of like, I'm like, oh gosh, that's so romantic. It's so stupid. But
oh my god, there is a moth and it is bugging me half to death, and I don't have a fly swatter next to me.
But that was like one of the neatest ones. Don't just kill a moth. Kill a fly, not a moth.
It shouldn't be in my territory. I don't go to its territory.
You're so funny.
Sweet Pea, attack!
Are you? Well, no, you should go.
Oh God, I wish that was on camera. She literally just stretched out.
She's the most laid back I've ever seen.
You're terrible.
Well, and this kitten is so hyper. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know why? Because it was a full moon the other day.
You're right.
So.
Well, this kitten's kind of hyper anyway.
Well, the full moon didn't help.
No.
Actually, did you do any rituals for the full moon?
No.
Okay, so we'll leave that with a question mark, perhaps.
Client work.
Mainly client work, but we have one named like Temple where we do a lot of the work. But our main Santa Muerte statue, she likes to hang out with us in the living room. So I had to work on that altar, which becomes almost a ritual. Like when she talks or when she kind of, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's almost like she channels you, like, no, no, this here. And when I took the pictures of the altar, I'm like, wow, that is pretty. I realized what she was like. She was setting it up. I'm like, y'all always mess it up. Let me do it. Is what it felt like because I got going on it and I didn't stop
Hmm.
for anything. And I'm going, it was, I was sweating. And even Curtis is like, you need to stop. He's like, come on, just like have like a little break. I'm like, I can't. But I finally finished it and it's beautiful.
Wow,
It is, but
congrats.
that's why they call it devotion. And you give up time that I could be YouTubing or that I could be scrolling through Facebook.
Yeah, well, only thing I
I mean, it
did
doesn't
was
sound. I mean, honestly, it don't sound like a huge loss sometimes when you think about that, because I look at it, it's just absolutely beautiful. The whole, it's rearranged that room back to where there's a nice, better flow for the
Mhm.
energy. Um,
Got your feng shui going.
oh well, I'm not the one that's good at that. He's better at that because you remember I'm chaos. I would
I
probably have some crazy vortex in the middle of the room if I was allowed to just let myself
yeah, I just had
go through
Chinese
it.
yesterday for my little full moon thing, and it was
What?
delicious. I had Chinese. That's what I didn't feel like slaving away in the kitchen.
You didn't. You didn't say that, did you? Did you? Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
count.
what I had. Let's
I
see.
did it.
Chow mein, fried
I
rice,
love you.
barbecue
I
pork, sweet
don't
and sour
count.
pork, and
This
orange chicken,
fool here
spicy
just
orange
said
chicken.
I had that. I
So,
love you. You're killing me with that one. You
well,
said it too like it was. You meant it. Well, I did. I had a ritual. I had it set out the table just so.
yeah, it was freaking delicious too. That was my thing.
It was a. Was it worth every penny?
Yeah, because I got it at a discount. Yeah, it was.
Oh my goodness! I found a place that's probably going to be very not good for me.
Oh,
You're.
Margot, you bet your sweet butt I got my almond milk. Yeah, I got 3 gallons worth.
I. I can't. When you say I'm. You know I work with a bunch of great crazy men, right?
Uh oh.
Almond milk is called something else with my coworkers.
Well, I don't want to hear it because I like almond milk, especially vanilla, so don't tell me. It's delicious and that's,
I
yeah.
know a lot of people that like it. I just you
Keep your
like I
thoughts to
work in
yourself.
guys. I would get bashed if I even said almond milk.
Well,
I
good.
just feel like I would get beat and called out tomorrow for it.
Darn straight I'm macho. Yeah, that's right, doll. I am macho. Don't make me do
I
the
find it
macho
funny.
voice.
Okay, do it.
Bonnie, you have an issue.
I do. No, like when you hit that voice, I was like, what? Ah, no, it's insane. You have like you could do a radio voice, and that is not meant to be because sometimes everybody's like, oh, what? To have a face for is it a face for radio? Is that what you're trying to really say? No, but your voice is number one. It's soothing. But you can do all these different characters, and they're all really interesting. They're funny.
Well, that's probably because I don't know. Maybe I'm soon to be multiple. What is it called? Multiple personalities
No, I
disorder
really, you
person.
probably were just meant to be born in like the 1930s, 1940s, where they were doing like the old radio shows.
Yeah.
That would have been you.
So,
Those were neat, though. I think it would. I don't know.
oh
I
no,
kind of
I
think it would
love
be
things like that.
hmm No, I think you'd have
It
been good
means
at it.
I'm
You would have been one of
channeling.
the.
Yeah.
Well, your voice though would have been perfect.
So, but yeah, I don't know. One day, well, actually, if you want to hear the voice changes, then check out "Too Crazy to Believe." There we go. There's one where
Mhm.
I did a bit of a voice work, a little bit.
It's funny when you do the voice though, and I think sometimes you don't realize you do it until it's too late, and you're like, well.
Well, yeah, that's just my personality, but
Why are you so shy though? You're good at it.
I'm a shy person. You know
You
this.
need to be a living God and accept it.
I'm not. If you want to hear "Ring Around the Rosie" again, just check out the "Too Crazy to Believe." That was let's see. Someone heard it
Is it the
and they thought I used some type of software to change my voice up to do that, but I did not.
I'll have to, I guess I haven't heard that one. I heard like I can't remember what the last the too crazy.
Oh, it was the oh gosh, what was the title of it? Phantom Chains. I linked it
Interesting.
to you,
Okay.
Bonnie.
I I guess I watch everyone, or I'll start to watch one, or I'll like it to so I can go back to watch it. And let me tell you, then you'll send me one Melinda one, which I never I never like. You've gotten me into where I'm watching them. Like I can't ever watch like maybe 3 minutes. And heaven forbid if I get stuck where I can't turn it back down or block it off. Because do you know just how loud and whiny and how much she screams
Yes.
and how many minutes in a row it can be for
Oh
before she
yeah.
calms back down for a minute and realizes
Unfortunately,
she's well. It's like I think sometimes she catches herself sounding like a crazy person, and then she'll just calm down
yeah, the problem
for a
is
second.
with her, she tries to sometimes come off as someone who's calm and enlightened and all of that stuff, but she doesn't have the tone for it, and it just comes off like a siren. Oh, and Bonnie left us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just I saw something peek out of the bathroom at me.
Uh-oh.
Nice. It is so cute. It looked like a little. It honestly, I don't even want to say what it looked like. It looked like if somebody put a sheet over them.
Hmm?
Peeked out.
All right. So,
Like a white sheet, like boo. Like they put like in the when you're a kid and you put a sheet over you and you want to scare somebody.
uh-huh.
Not like a KKK monster.
I know what you mean.
I felt like, well, there's going to be that person. Then
I don't know what person would think that. No one thought that. I was thinking
No,
Charlie
I'm saying
Brown.
if somebody ever listens to it later, they're like,
Oh,
a
they're
white
gonna
sheet over
think
their
Charlie
yeah.
Brown and them and him getting a rock. Unfortunately, poor Charlie Brown. I got a
No, but
rock.
that was kind of. It was like I don't know if I should be creeped out by a spirit that I see that puts the sheet on to scare me, or I should be like,
All right. So for doll, I will try to do the ring around the Rosie. I don't like doing stuff like this on camera because I get nervous. But let's see.
yes, do it, do it.
Ring around the rosy, pockets full of posy, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. You fall down!
Melvin, yay! Oh my goodness, that is really creepy. Wow. Like,
So,
yeah, I can see where people thought it was like one of those voice changers.
yeah, I mean, I was doing it
What were you
quickly,
doing?
but
Grabbing your Adam? Like,
I didn't grab anything.
What were you doing? You had this, like were you holding it?
No.
You don't know how you do it, do you?
Well, I know how I do it because I just did it, but I could do it better.
You did something to your yeah.
I didn't do anything. I didn't hold nothing. I just
Well, it looked like you were holding your.
no,
You
just ring.
Okay, hold on. Don't. You remember the chocolate rain?
Oh, get over yourself. Go
You
away.
did the head, the face. Hold on. When you did it, you went.
Because that's how you.
It's the same voice.
Oh, that's terrible. But anyway, that's the little ring around the rosy. It wasn't as
That
good
was
as
cool.
I can normally do it, but still.
Dude, it sounded like those, like the slow down ones. I couldn't imagine that slow down. That'd be so eerie.
Yeah. So, but that's what you hear on Phantom Chains.
Ew.
So and
Yeah,
but
I think no. Was it? Please tell me that was fake.
you gotta check it out and find out. Take a guess. I mean, the answer's up and as a matter of fact, if you guys want, we could play that real quick.
Yeah. That would be
Ooh,
neat.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear it though, Bonnie.
I probably won't. And
I know you won't actually. So what I'll do is I'll just link it to you
Yes.
and you'll just play it along with us. So there we go. This is the first time I've ever done something like this.
Okay.
I won't. I won't show the video, guys. No need for that. It's all audio anyway. And Bonnie, I'll just send it to you on Facebook or something. That'll be quicker and easier. Of course, that's right. I'm streaming, so my internet is terrible. Oh God, I have the worst internet.
Well, this guy, okay, you said y'all had what, tremors earlier? Does that have something, does that make it mess up worse or what?
What? No, it's just sucky internet from being in the ghetto.
I don't know. I would kind of think that if the earth shook around the wires, it might.
No, this is just terrible ghetto internet.
See, you know what's funny is like every time I've gone to California, like I guess I just have this fear of it happening while I'm there. And then I get comfortable, but there's always this weird right when I get there. It's like, is this going to be the time that the whole earth shakes? Because I don't think, I mean, I've dealt with a tornado, hurricane, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Earthquakes just seems creepy.
Oh, here we go. All right, so sending you the link. Uh-oh. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
I'm here. What?
No, not you here, you elsewhere. Go quicker. I should probably just do this from my phone. It would actually be faster. I definitely need a new computer. Like
Is
this
it
thing.
putting out on you?
It's close. It's trying to hang on.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? When they do that, it's kind of like, gotta give you a little props. You're still hanging in. I don't think I've ever had my dad's computers do that every time, not mine.
So, I mean, I use this thing to die. I get my money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean no messages found? Oh, come on, you cheap piece of junk. Now you're being stupid. We have an audience. They want to hear this. I'm trying to send it to you.
I know.
Like, now you want to mess up. Oh, don't you dare refresh. Don't you do it. You just did it.
Aw.
This is going to crash on me. I have that feeling. I shouldn't say that, but I just have that feeling. Oh, gosh, it is time for it. Yeah, but, you know, I don't... Well, I'm hoping if... I can't really say what I'm doing, but I have a special project going on right now. And I'm hoping to have it done before Halloween.
Oh, nice.
And if so, that will help me get a new computer. And I think you guys...
I'm going to be so curious, though.
You already know what it is.
Oh.
So I think you guys will really like it, too. You guys being the audience.
Yeah. Oh, I'm also would just thought one thing that Curtis and I are looking to do pretty soon is probably like once a month is what we're kind of talking about now. It may do more later, but you know, we've been working with something where we're devotees, and it's just the energy's amazing, and it's not like a, you know, sometimes you have to kind of make yourself do, you know, your rituals or anything, you know, just your spiritual work in general, right? This is like, I don't know. It's like the other day, it was weird. I literally felt like I got re-energized to be able to do it.
And you should have it as well.
Okay, you got it to me?
All right, you guys ready? Try to hit play with me, Bonnie. Let me know.
Wait. Okay, so I'm going to not see you for a second. I'm going to turn my mic off so that you don't have to hear
Okay. So, I'm hitting play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Possibilities too crazy to believe. Here, I'm going to tell you a story, and on occasion, multiple stories, with a paranormal twist. And it's up to you, the listener, to decide if the story being told is a true paranormal tale, or something made up by the minds at Unexplained Possibilities, and the story is too crazy to believe. So, with that out the way, we present to you a story titled Phantom Chains. Let's face the facts. When we're young, we do a lot of dumb and daring things. This rings even more true if you're a bored and easily influenced boy who lives in a flyover part of the country in a small town no one ever leaves, and where things that go bump in the night is often looked at as truth and not mythological stories. Well, one summer, my friends and I were talking big, and I was saying how I wasn't scared of anything. That was my first mistake, because almost immediately after, they proposed the dare to test my boast of never being scared. My second mistake was being a cocky little brat and accepting the dare without even hearing what it was. Which, now that I accept it without hearing it, they had all the time in the world to come up with a good one, and boy did they. They dared me to spend the night in the house of Simmons. The house of Simmons was the home of Simmons Knotts, a weirdo recluse who hated people coming onto his property. My dad once told me that when he was younger, he was playing ball with his friends and one of them accidentally tossed the ball onto the Simmons property. One of his friends went to get it, and after he stepped a few feet in, Simmons Knotts appeared at the front door holding a shotgun. He was singing Ring Around the Rosie. He was singing it loud enough for my dad and his friends to hear it. When he got to the "We All Fall Down" part, my dad said Simmons fired his shotgun in the air, scaring everyone off. My dad then told me years later people broke into Simmons' house and they beat him up and chained him to some pillars in the basement. Because he scared everyone away, no one knew or suspected something had happened to him. That is until kids started daring kids to walk on the property and eventually go inside. My dad said every kid who went inside came out running scared. When they told everyone what happened, it was always the same story. They said they heard footsteps and then chains, and finally someone singing. They were singing Ring Around the Rosie. And right when they got to You All Fall Down, something would grab them. After that, they would run out to safety. Eventually, kids told their parents what happened and they went to the house of Simmons to speak to him, but all they found was his rotting corpse. The property and house was left sitting for years. No one wanted it. No one stepped foot in it, unless they were dared to. And weirdly enough, crows started to frequent that property. Now, this is where I made my third mistake. Instead of swallowing my pride and saying no and getting punched in the arm for not going through on the dare, I decided to man up and take on this challenge. My friends gave me a look of both amazement and worry, even asking if I was sure I wanted to do this. Well, it still wasn't too late to back out, and they were giving me an opening, but I stuck to my guns and told them, "I'll see you tonight at the Simmons." I had told my parents that I was going to be spending the night at one of my friends. It was summer and nothing suspicious was there since we've spent the night at each other's houses all the time. I did, however, hope they wouldn't call to check in on me or something along those lines. I had arrived first at the house of Simmons with a sleeping bag and flashlight. The sun had just gone down and the house looked creepier than normal. Behind the property's gates, I stood, staring long and hard at the house. A crow showed up and landed on the fence. I had no idea where it came from or why it would be flying around at night. The crow looked at me. I felt its gaze pierce into my very soul. As dumb as it sounds, I think this crow was warning me not to go in there. The crow then flew away as my friend showed up. It was time. I opened the gate and walked onto the property. I slowly walked to the front door. I heard a crow cawing, probably the same one from earlier. I looked around to see if I could find it, but it may as well have been invisible. I looked back to my friends and took a gulp of air. I was really doing this. I grabbed onto the doorknob and turned. It wouldn't budge. It was stuck. Huh, what luck? The doorknob was locked, or so I initially thought. But my dumb self gave it a tug too hard, and it worked. The door opened, and I ruined my way out. I entered in and decided to leave the door open. I looked back to give a bye to my friends, but they were already gone. I was now alone. I flipped on my flashlight and walked more inside the house. It was a mess. The stairs to the second floor had collapsed. Wooden doors were old and rotten, and it had a strange smell throughout. This place should have been condemned and torn down. I decided it's best not for me to test my bravery and explore what little of the house I could. Instead, I just needed to find a spot to lay my sleeping bag and make it through the night. I doubt I was going to get much sleep. I should have brought a few comic books or a radio to keep me company. I truly had to do things the hard way. I decided the best place to set up for my overnight stay would be the center of the floor in the main room. That way, I can see the front door and make a quick escape if need be. The floor creaking was almost unbearable. The dust everywhere, the whole off feeling. It hadn't even been 3 minutes and I already wanted out. I got in my sleeping bag, staring at the entrance. I don't know how long I was staring at it for, but I started to hear noises. It was chains. I was hearing chains. This couldn't be real. No way was this real. I was getting scared, and so I zipped my sleeping bag over my head, hoping this all was just my imagination. Then, it was complete silence. Silence until I heard it. I heard someone singing. It was Ring Around the Rosie.
Ring around the rosy, pockets full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. You fall down.
I let out a loud scream and jumped from my sleeping bag and took off running. I had to get out of there. I needed to get out of there. I was almost out the front door when it felt like I was dragging something behind me. My arms and legs felt like they were shackled. I was unable to get through the door, but I had to. I had to get out of there, or I was so sure I was going to die. I fought and pulled with all my might, and I felt whatever had a hold of me loosen up. I made it out the door, and I was running full sprint to the gate, but something happened. I somehow lost my footing and fell to the ground. I couldn't get up. It was as if I was chained in place. I was fighting so hard. I was crying. I didn't want to die. Not like this. I did not want to die.
Pockets full of posy. Ashes, ashes.
Before the all fall down part, I heard a call. It was that crow from earlier. I don't know how or why, but I was able to get up and run. And run I did. As I looked back, I saw about a dozen or so crows sitting on the house cawing. I thanked my lucky stars and ran as fast and hard as I could, eventually catching up to my friends once I left the property. They hadn't even made it home yet. Not knowing the situation, they laughed at me, saying it hadn't even been 15 minutes. I tried to explain to them what had happened, but they wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen until one of them noticed something on my wrist. I looked at them, and they were badly bruised, as if I had very tight restraints on them. I lifted my pants leg, and around my ankles where I felt like something was around them, it was the same, badly bruised like my wrists. My friends were struck by silence after this, and I couldn't help but hear, in my head, ring around the Rosie.
Ring around the rosy, pockets full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
And that concludes this Too Crazy to Believe story. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
So, Bonnie, I don't know if you were able to hear it or not.
Yeah, I call it use you in the, like, no, too crazy.
Okay,
Just saying.
that's fine.
Too crazy to believe. Too crazy to believe.
Okay, but as long as
You're asking me to put bravery there, like a lot.
how do I switch this over? There we go. So as long as you guys enjoyed, and you can find the answer video if you want to see if it's real or too crazy to believe. And
Nice plug. Just kidding.
and
No, like now I'm gonna have to look when I get done.
yeah, so you can find out there.
Look,
You might
and
be right.
you don't
might be
give,
wrong.
and you're so good at a game face. Like you don't give me any.
No, not at all. I'm happy you guys enjoyed. Doll says it was scary. I don't think it was scary, but okay, we'll go with that.
It's the voice. That voice was creepy as hell.
Oh yeah, that's what happens when I take my time.
You're good at what you do though. Like you really are. You don't give yourself enough credit. So stop.
So, Bonnie, I think it is now time.
All right.
Can you get your Ouija board?
I can't.
Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, doll. Don't worry. I still don't think it's scary exactly, but nah. But thank you guys for patiently listening. I appreciate it. And like I said, if you are interested to find out if the story is real or too crazy to believe, just go to the Too Crazy to Believe playlist, and it is going to be the last video in that playlist, and you will get your answer. And be on the lookout for more Too Crazy to Believes are coming to you soon. So it just takes a while to make those because I have to decide if I'm going to make them real or not.
Now, I already told you though. I'm not going to try to connect with Pearl because I don't
Well,
want to get beat up.
so why would you get beat up?
Pearl don't.
I don't think
Like,
she's like
She has
that.
no, like, she has no desire to talk to me.
Well, you never know. But so we're gonna Bonnie is going to use the Ouija board, and we're gonna try to get in contact with one of my guides. His name is Raphael, and we'll see if he comes through or not. We will know because Bonnie will be in pain. So if she's in pain, then we will
You
know.
squished my stomach.
However, before that, do make sure, no one goes, if something else comes through, no one or whatever
Oh, yeah.
goes
I will.
to where they're not
Hang on.
supposed to.
My phone decided to do its weird thing. So hold on. I'm trying to get it at an angle that you guys can see better.
Well, I'm about to go full screen for you as well.
Okay. I'm flipping over again. Just a minute.
Oh, where's Curtis?
Kurt, I know. Like he laughed. He knows I need it. Sorry, I'm gonna just get a picture of the wall here for a sec. There we go.
Oops.
And my hand. There we go. What is going on? Oh. Yeah, he's coming to save me. He's come on, help me here. He knows I need help. He's laughing. Look, it's all crooked. I know he's gonna fix that.
Interesting angle.
On.
Yeah, Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah,
To the board.
we're trying to
Point it.
see if he will come through. It'll be awesome if he does, and maybe we can ask a couple of questions. Nothing too disrespectful, please. But you guys aren't disrespectful like that. You guys are awesome and cool and fairly laid back, so I can
Yeah,
all
there's
enjoy a cheesecake ice cream with you. Oh, we had a
okay, so
Curtis cameo.
Curtis came. I guess it bounced at him. Sorry. And that one, I know we had it. How did they do it before? Yeah.
Yes, we're looking at behind the scenes of a Texas witch Bonnie in her native habitat, trying
Okay.
to work technology.
Oh gosh, that's never gonna happen with me. Technology.
And now we see a giant hand, perhaps the hand of
It's
God.
not my. Thank goodness, it's not my giant hand. Okay.
Okay, now we are back to the scheduled program. All right. So, here we go. Again, make sure nothing goes to anyone, mostly myself, please.
I know my head is already tingling. Okay. We're here to communicate with. First, I would like to say anything that does come through on this board is only allowed to communicate here in this room with myself or Curtis. Nobody through the lines of technology. You're not allowed to bother or stick with anybody. Only communication with between me, Curtis, and the board, and Raphael or any energies that come through. And when I say goodbye, you must go back to where you came until we talk again on the board. I'm trying to communicate to Raphael. D. U. M. B. Dumb.
Oh,
Melvin, why are your guys like this?
is it one of mine calling me dumb?
Sound like Pearl. Who am I speaking with? Pearl. B? Is this Pearl? Like she wants. I feel like that. I'm shocked.
Oh, well, who is it?
M. A. R. S. Mars. Are you saying that you come from Mars, or is that
got a red light going. It's Martian energy, Martian frequency.
Shit. Oh, the red light. Yes. Are you a entity or a spirit that is around Melvin that he works with, either knowingly or unknowingly? Yes. Okay, which one would that be, Melvin? Do you know by
The
chance?
heck if I know. What is it, Monet?
G. U. E. S. S. I think I know.
Can you share, please?
D. D. A. D. Dead. R. I. S. E. Dead rise. A. N. My head is spinning. D. And. Isn't that or and?
Yeah.
L. L. A. W. Dead rise and all. Yes.
Laws of necromancy.
Yes. Who am I speaking with? M. A. M. A. When is Mama? Is that you mean something where I say yes? Okay. Just because, yeah, I know where my mind was kind of wanting to go. R. E. A. L. Why is it Reality? I. Yes. A. F. A. R. If. C. E.
Farce.
Yes.
What
Reality.
did that spell so the people can hear?
Reality is a farce. I. E. Or I. F. I'm sorry. If. R. It's changing up a bit. E. A. L. If real. If real. I. Yes. T. O. O. N. U. What letter? H. What was that? I think it was much. If real is too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Reality is a farce. Reality is too much.
6. S. T. O. It's very weird. That's my 6 stone.
6
Yes.
cess. 6.
5. F. Whoa, why is it doing that? F. A. A. Z. E. 5 phase. What's that about?
Maybe outfitting. I described the 3 colors to 3 phases of alchemy. Maybe
Okay. Are you talking about the 3 different colors of your statues? Yes. Did her head move? Can you answer that? By itself, without one of us in here touching it. I'm telling you, I don't think that would. Yes. Ken? P. S. N-E-S. T. Nest. P. A. Y. S. Nest phase. Are you meaning like nest is in your home? Yes. Are you talking about the idea that Curtis and I was having? Interesting. Yes. Did you have a particular charity? E. O. Or yes. O. O. B. E. I. S. T. H. E. L. A. W. There's still something right there. It said love is the law. That's why I'm asking. Yes. Are you basically saying that we should love all humanity in a term that I understand well? It's squeaking tonight, too. Is it yes or son? Son. Why? E. Ooh, my head is vibrating. A. R. N. Urine?
Lord?
Urine. Why E-A on the end? T. R. U. T.
What?
I heard a whistle. T. H. Urine truth. Yes. Is there anything else you have for anybody that's watching? Or for Melvin? Why? Oh. You. You. All. I'm hearing it. You all. You all. You all. You call. Is it you all? Hormone brace. Is that what you're trying to let them know? Okay, and it's creepy what guys, it's coming to terms, accepting and not being afraid of death. Is that kind of which D? E. kind of bounce around. Is I-S. Death is R E. S S U R E. C T I O. Death is resurrection. Can't say it. M O M E E. Me. G. O F E. K R. W H A. I. Is. No need to fear what is. N. A. T. U. R. E. No need to fear what is. Thank you. Yeah. on, wait a second. Okay. Is there anything else that you have to tell us? P. E. R. Hurt. Hurt. Okay. Ooh. Okay. And thank you for connecting with us. Make sure that when we leave this floor, you also leave everyone else alone. Of course, Mama, this is your room, so you're always welcome. Did you feel that? Like I felt like something shook underneath the house. Goodbye now. Nothing else can come off this board. I'm sorry. I'm getting busy. Some of that was weird. What is perk?
Okay. Holy cow.
Yeah. That was interesting. I
Yeah.
was very shocked about that. Well, and then when it first said mom, I'm going, first of all, I know people are going to freak out. But there was a whole different, it would have, you know what I mean? You've seen the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of, I was just waiting though. I'm like, uh-oh. What we fixing to do here?
So
I didn't even think about it though. Uh-oh. Hang on.
uh-oh.
Ew, that was weird. I think I just unplugged something. No, because my other light's still on. That's kind of odd. Hang on. I'm trying to feel for my right. That's weird. Hang on. I'm just going to pull this one then. I can't see crap.
Oh, there
All
you
right.
are. Welcome back. So
I'm dizzy.
what was that?
It turned back on.
Okay, well, and that happened.
Did you notice that it just turned back on?
I saw the light turn on.
Dude, I thought I'd done something, so I guess I didn't.
What was that? Who are you communicating with?
I'll let you see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why did she call you dumb?
No. Well, I don't know where the dumb. I think something else was trying to get through. And she's kind of, like, honestly, if I want anybody in here protecting the board, honestly, would be her. I think for a minute there, what's the little flighty one that you have? I think she was
Daisy?
trying to come through. Yeah, because that's just well, there was certain with the way she was kind of like moving and really making me my head like dizzy.
What? She was sputtery or something? Just.
Yes, yes, she's definitely Aries energy like that. Roll.
And that's Mars.
Oh, she's. He said Mars.
Yeah.
That is so neat. That was Daisy. I kind of figured she would be the one that would.
So wait, she called this dumb?
Yeah, I think she
Why?
did. Because she likes to mess with you. They all do. Because it's gonna make you question everything.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to understand. And why Mars? What does that have to do with anything? If she's a pixie.
It's a fiery. Everything fiery about her. That's think about how her like when she works with like think about even how the pendulum moves when you work it with her. Yeah, right. Everybody else is all smooth. She's all chaos and fiery and nuts and but fun. I like Daisy. That's the one of your spirits that don't mind me. She don't care. She feels my energy. But that was weird though.
And what a message. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So, what is the 6 stone and 5 phase?
We're gonna. Well, he knows what the 5 phase is because okay, you want to explain that with Santa Muerte, Curtis?
That's a whole lecture
You see,
on alchemy.
the build in the like in a simple terms, just different colors for different like a lot of goddesses and stuff. Um, she she's very simple to work with because she really before anybody realizes it, you don't even have to have any. You don't have to work with anything else ever before and this could be a good start out for some because she takes kind of guides you and you don't even realize it and you're already connecting with her when you do that when you light candles for her and but there's different colors associated with different of her aspects I guess you would call it
Mm-hmm.
the protective the one that's will help bring like if a woman like I have a friend she went to Santa Muerte because her daughter, my friend was the one that was having a hard time getting pregnant, but her mother went to Santa Muerte, and it's funny, and I find that all of this, and it all kind of adds up to like the here and now. She was one of the first persons that I've actually one of the houses that I had to do a cleanse on. Um, when I first started just kind of being more open about it. And now what's crazy is the last time I went into her house, I said, your house is so protected. Like everything that was here is not now. And I was like, and I kept thinking, I said, it's almost like I feel something like that. Well, hello, I didn't realize until later that her mother, she was telling me, she said, oh, this is who my mom prayed to help me get pregnant.
Huh.
Well, no wonder I felt it. And it's funny because I was feeling her presence really around in between both the rooms, like where where her children would sleep and where they slept. It was very interesting how it all just kind of. And she's so simple though. It's very well. She has all aspects. I mean, it's. I mean, it's. I guess number one, having gifts where you feel that anyway. She is death, the embodiment of it. And a lot of people think, well, that's so grim, that's so scary. That's why, you see this side. I can't ever say it. I am. But, and she kind of, I mean, she does. She looks heavy metal. I mean, it's awesome though at the same time because when she comes from somebody, because I've seen it recently with a pet, she held their hands out and took them and carried them. And so it was the oddest comfort I've felt when losing a pet because She was there to wrap them up, and she had appeared in a certain color. I'm not going to go there, but it's weird because those colors, when you see them, here I was holding onto my sweet precious animal, and I close my eyes and I'm shaking my head because I know what I saw. What I'm seeing is her coming in this gown, and I look up because I know I'm going to see the last breath, right? And before that, there was a lot of like the fighting the death, right? And when I saw her put her arms out, it's relaxed, went all across its body. It was beautiful because I realized something picked her up. I picked him up, and he was comfort, and it was the weirdest peace and comfort in such a horribly sad moment. It was insane. There's something about working with her. That's why people, when they start, I've noticed more and more people are becoming devotees of her. She's not scary. I mean, she can be. Um, but really, she's not. I mean, the thing is, she probably is a little more frightening because of her. Well, how is it we were learning earlier? It's like the way I like the way we would perceive her is almost the way. It's funny because there's a mirror thing going on there. I don't know. I always tease. I was telling Chris this is kind of like working with your very loving, kind grandma that is not afraid to whoop your ass at the same time. But it's where other deities can feel like it's a different kind of love. This is almost more of you can almost physically feel it. Well, you can, and honestly, I do. I can feel it. I can feel like when we dressed up her altar and got her something new for her altar, and it vibrates because she is over there enjoying it. You can feel it. It is the weirdest thing. It's a neat experience, and considering everything I've done, I've kind of poked around with all kinds of different things, and with this, like literally, I need to get some meters and test the actual temperatures in the air because it is so crazy how much so you can feel it. I know a lot of people, when they hear sounds like this, it's kind of like, oh, there is stigma. Yes, I will say there are darker people that will go to her for protection. The way they come to her is not in the same way that most devotees that, like we have, a shrine to her. It's a whole different way. She can come and they can use, just like any other deity, they can use if they want to make bargains or deals. But that aspect of her is going to be when you go to her with that kind, it's more like, you know what you're going to be doing. You know what I mean? And she kind of makes you accept that if you're living this kind of dangerous life, I can, do these things, but there's a heavy price to pay. And it's very interesting though. But she can, because that's why I was always kind of concerned about working with her. I thought it was only that version. And I was so wrong. I was so wrong. And I mean, like, I've gotten to where I carry her either rosary. Well, I carry both. I have a little tiny statue I'll carry in my pocket. And I notice the days that I forget are going to be like, it's just, I can feel it's a little bit much sometimes. But on the days that I have her in my pocket or whatnot, and then something hits me, I just kind of put my hand on it, and it's weird. It's like I remember. This is all a moment. We're all going to be here for whatever, and then we're gone. Our time's up. She's coming to get us. We're dying the minute we're born. We find peace and comfort in that. Um, What else is left to truly, truly fear? Some people, I feel like I'm hearing her. Some people are just too afraid to live. She'll let you know. But it's very simple. She's very easy to work with. That's why I can't, like, to somebody that's looking to something that she does have that death aspect. So anybody that, I know there's a lot of people out there that it's just kind of, your cemetery creepers, the people that like going and hang out. Like, if you kind of are on the morbid side, you understand death, and if you are kind of like, what's her name, from Lydia from Beetlejuice, something like that would work great for you, because there's a certain understanding, that's just an acceptance of it, and then you just vibrate higher after that.
Well, clearly I need to find a unicorn to work with. Well, I do, because that stuff. That's all you guys.
She's a little bit. I know. She's still a skeleton, Bonnie.
Well, no, it's not that. I mean, I would assume if she wants to be a hot chick, she could be a hot chick. Women have led many people to death, and they're hot. So, but
right.
It's not for me.
And the interesting thing is, a lot of times, you work with Archangel Michael. What's it, Lady of Guadalupe? And there's other ones that some will work with, but mainly that's the two that we have in her. Like, those two, like Michael and Guadalupe, it's almost to balance out, like when you're working with a darker aspect of her, you kind of have to have some other things to kind of balance it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like, you thought the light thing was just happening in there. Evidently, it happens everywhere.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure if it's a board or what.
Yeah, just go with it.
Well, and what's funny is, during the day when we had the light on, never, ever flickers out. Ever. Pick up the board every time.
Gee, that is so weird, and we got it on camera too.
Curtis is a poltergeist and an embodiment of it. One.
I mean, that's just, what the heck?
It's weird. How many times have you seen it yourself happen? It's insane.
Yeah, so again, all you. That's just all you. I'll work with something that can give me money. That's awesome. There we go.
See, I'm seeing something keep flying over us. Sorry.
What, is it another alien or something?
Well, huh?
Is it an alien?
Oh, he said he's going to let it come visit you.
Nothing's coming to visit me.
If he calls us in the middle of the night, he got scared and you're answering the phone.
No, nothing is coming over here. This is sacred ground only for me and the cat. Nothing is allowed here.
And he's stepping that foot down.
So that's how I feel. That's how I am.
So
that's what we got to tell the aliens over here.
Well,
dude, I'm telling you, I am legit been weirded out, because I said, oh, why is that? Because the other night he couldn't even, like, I said, see that star blinking at us?
Well,
and I said, look, well, like a few seconds later, it wasn't a couple of minutes later, I said, look, it moved. How does a star move that fast? He goes, okay, that is weird.
Well, I already told you that you were going to get a visit soon. Like, it's just time.
I think you did that on purpose to just,
I can't control them.
Energy in the air. And then it's like, I think this one over here, I think he's like wanting it to happen because he's sick in the head, and he just keeps pushing the buttons. Like, I want to know everything I can learn.
Margot,
listen to it laugh. I said, do you understand?
Margot, thank you for joining us. Go ahead and head off. I know it's I don't know. I can't remember what time it is over there, but thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
But yeah.
Sick in the head. No, actually, if I were you, I would stick closer to Curtis, because whatever is visiting him, it's... I don't want to say there's a hierarchy, because there isn't, but if there was, they're not slumps. I'll put it that way.
So you mean that he's safe?
He's safer than you, yeah.
Well, what the fuck? What do you mean, Melvin?
I mean that
That's very
from
unsettling.
okay, so this is just purely from my perspective,
Right, which is on the other same alien side of things.
but from again my perspective and what I can tell, he doesn't have a mix of things happening. He's not an experiment. He is not here to
Not experiment
exactly
gone wrong. Thank you, Mel.
well, he's not here exactly trying to he's not in training to teach some weirdo that you're probably going to have to teach in your next life. It's different. His is more of a calmer, saner energy, believe it or not. And it is. He has a saner energy. You're
well, yeah.
it
No,
is.
I get it.
What do you
I
like?
do.
And to me, it's more like observing and learning to a degree, but not necessarily for teaching purposes. It's almost like a quest to fulfill your own curiosity, your own knowledge, and to help you reach that next level, whatever that next level may be. And I don't think this is the only stop. And whatever you're dealing with, they're interdimensional by this point, maybe multiversal, and that's that role. That's what I think. For you, Bonnie, however, I think, and I told you this before, and I'm going to say it again. I think one of your purposes is for you to learn and kind of figure out how you deal with the outcasts, with the rejects, because I mean, I know it's weird, but it's because they need that. Someone needs someone who is kind of
Right.
weird
My next
themselves.
life, I'm gonna get stuck with someone like Melinda, huh?
Well,
yeah.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I'm thinking it would be more so like someone who needs a friend and just someone to listen to them, and they feel lonely, they feel like they have nothing, and they might be psychic themselves or a medium, whatever, not like the super psychic, but something. And I think your next life is going to guide them through that, to show like, hey, you're special in your own way, not I'm special.
They're really gonna let me leave somebody else's.
Well, I think
that's.
I
I guess I get to make all my bad choices this lifetime.
well, no, I think that's part of your test, because you're
No,
dealing
yeah,
with
I get it. No, it really does. It makes a lot of sense.
you're dealing with
honestly, because it's
Arcturians.
how many
and-
lessons can you learn?
Well-
Ask me. I tell you exactly. It is 5,692.
Yeah, so I mean, you're dealing with Arcturians. I think you have some Greys, Pleiadians, probably a reptilian every now and then, although they probably mostly just observe.
I'm okay with that.
And then the kids are mixed with stuff which I'm not supposed to talk about because but still, I mean, it's
interesting because it's funny. It's like all of the things, me and you've known each other quite a while, and you understand a lot of the things that I've gone through. And for me not to have jumped off of a really tall building or shot somebody from one, it says a lot, because I've had, like, when you're having a bad day, it's like, how much more can I take? I don't say that anymore, because I find out, because if I say something like that, karma goes, well, here.
here's another.
You want more? Oh, you don't have enough. Well, here you go. And so you learn to appreciate. I learned to accept and love the chaos at times. I've learned to thrive in it somewhat.
Yeah, but
it's interesting. So yeah, I get it. And
yeah.
This dude, yeah, like his whole thing has always been. It's like weird. He is a teacher in and out, and it's like
Yeah,
he just keeps leveling up.
Expect another visit soon, though. I'm sorry, I don't like being the bearer of bad news.
I was just wondering though, because do dogs act funny?
Yes.
I'm sure. Huh?
Yes. dogs act fun because they can depending on the ET, they can sense them or they can see them. Like for instance, some grays, in
We'll have
this
to talk
case,
a little bit.
huh?
We'll have to talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say that Orion Greys sometimes don't like to be around big dogs because they'll give out their location. Like,
Can they hurt them?
well, they won't, but they certainly can.
But will they if the dog's in the way?
I guess it depends on the personality. I haven't like the only
I've
people.
had a yelping dog for a day or two now. It just yelps out of and in fact took him to the vet. Nothing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I personally
And your
haven't.
phone froze. Oh, weird.
What froze?
You froze when I said that.
Am I still frozen?
Nope.
Yeah.
It went away.
Oh, that's weird. But what was I saying? I mean, yeah, from everything.
About the dog, though.
Yeah,
Right?
everything I know, I don't know anyone who's had their dog injured or hurt from them visiting. They usually just say, please lock the dog up somewhere. We don't like them. They give us away. But other than that, I also guess it would depend on the personality. You know, you might be dealing with a prick.
Yeah, our post-traumatic dog back there that already has PTSD. And then, no, it was just weird. Like, we'd be sitting and, like, he would yelp. Like we went, what is poking? We just like, okay. We pulled out even Sage. Just we're like, oh, why is the dog yelping like somebody's poking him?
Yeah, Sage isn't gonna work.
No,
you like
not for that.
For that, you need to talk to someone who's in charge.
I mean, it was weird because we're like, are we just losing our mind? Are we overreacting? You know, but we took him to the vet and there was nothing wrong.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to give me more info on that.
Yeah.
But
nah, I mean, it's fine. He's like that's what's weird is we took him to vet absolutely fine.
Yeah,
so
as long as he's okay. But maybe they just gave him a good scare.
Oh, he's not the brightest. We've already discussed that. He's a loving, sweet dog. The kitten scares him. So that's.
Oh wow, got a killer there,
yeah,
don't
he's
you?
not. But he is so big. You know that much. He's so big. A lot of people are very intimidated by him. I get it.
Yeah, well, you know, size works.
He's huge. Well, and a lot of people when they see him in person, they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's bigger than I thought."
Yeah, but for you though,
so doofy.
Definitely pay attention to all the parts I already told you to pay attention to. And for Curtis, for whatever reason, it's his spine. That seems just to be the part. It's his spine. I don't know why, but you know, that's the one. And maybe the top of his head. I would be cautious of that.
Oh, the top of your head. Well, that's been there.
Oh, well.
He's Ellie, you're going what? We'll talk later, but yeah, no, he's got.
It seems to be an implant.
It seems like it's this, and it's big.
Oh.
You can.
All right.
Like it's the size of a marble, almost feels like, but it doesn't. It's.
Gotcha.
I thought he just had a lumpy head. And I said, "What?" He goes, "No." He said, didn't you say it kind of came out of the blue?"
Yeah.
Ooh.
Years.
Right, and it's like right in here, like the crowd.
Well, don't call me psychic, but
That's weird. Now you're like, oh, did I just say that? No, but that was a good call though, because it's so exactly where you said.
Yeah, I know my alien stuff.
Yeah, well then, and you got it on the back too, and it's weird. It's not like his back always hurts. It's just like, and when it does, it's a weird.
Yeah,
he's been doing it. Yeah.
I almost want to say with him, it's almost like. This is gonna sound so stupid, but it's almost like a forced. It's almost like a forced out of your body, and we're gonna talk on this realm, and you're going to listen or share or whatever.
What did you say you had the other night? You felt like something snatched you out of your body, and you were fixing to have to fight it.
Yeah, he's dealing with higher up stuff.
gives me chills.
I mean, don't get me
Bumps.
wrong, Bonnie. I mean, you have Arcturians and Pleiadians around you,
No,
but
I
they're
know I'm still special, but
well, no,
I thought
they just happen to be more peaceful. They're not as
y'all
aggressive.
know my. Yeah, I was gonna say my.
Again, Holly would be a good example of that.
I like Holly.
So, but with Curtis, I think he definitely has something interdimensional, and quite possibly question mark on this because this is totally out of my field of expertise, but quite possibly multiversal. And if you're dealing with something from a different universe altogether, then that's just something we can't understand no matter what.
That's
But
interesting.
I'm thinking I'm thinking it's this universe, but different dimension, some other type of dimension.
I
And
don't know if you're supposed to say that. Every time you say that, the phone lags, and I hear a weird sound over there. Don't make them come out here and get us.
well, I can't make them do anything.
I'm
I
hearing things around us, and I think it's just because he's saying this. But I'll hear a little tapping noise over here, then I hear one over here.
well, if you feel I should shut up, I will shut up.
I just don't want them.
They're not gonna get. You'll know if you're not supposed to talk, and I'm just telling you what I think. This is just my opinion. I have no proof to back it up. I only have my knowledge, and
Is it not weird that I get so scared? I think I know it's probably silly, but they make me a little bit nervous.
well, that's because you can't understand it, and you
Well,
don't
I
know how
can't try
to.
to curse or protect myself from
Yeah.
it either, you know?
And the funny thing is, they could do that right back to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, they probably
Well, I do
understand
that,
how
yes.
things work better than
Oh,
us.
probably
So,
way better.
so,
Probably way better.
but yeah, I'm like 80% sure whatever's with Curtis is higher dimensional. I'm thinking from this universe, could be multi, but I'm thinking this universe.
Oh, I'll just say because of his how do you say it? Is the way he handles himself when people come at him sideways. Definitely is not the way I handle things if somebody comes at me sideways. I'm gonna let everybody know.
But
I'm not gonna be petty if I can keep from it because I think that's just stupid and it's useless. But like this dude's literally the one that'll turn the other cheek. I'm like he's I don't know how he does it but he holds no anger and resentment and hate
so very interesting.
I'm like I don't I wish I don't know part of me wishes to be more like that and then part of me is like
Well, you got to remember too that we are individuals. We have our personalities, and
but it's neat to see people that are actually like that. It's like
yeah. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, there are people saying, "God, it's nice to see that she's a little crazy spitfire with that short girl fury."
Well, true. I mean, like this dude's gonna probably be like when he dies, he's gonna be out smoking bud with like Jesus and Buddha. Like that's because he's so nice. Like it's like, dude, that's not fair. I'm left with all these kooks over here, but whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, it's neat though because I guess maybe I can learn a thing or two from having patience when people come at you. I'm trying.
No, chances are you're both gonna pass something from each other on over.
Oh.
So, like, he'll start waving the angry fist, and you'll be like, babe, cool down. It's all good.
It's so, well, I mean, that's what's funny. It's like, it's such a weird, it's like, I am so used to, like, I think both of us are somebody so different. And when we're both not fighters when it comes to relationships anyway. Like, we're not the ones that are going to start, what'd you say? What'd you do? And it's so funny because like when you're used to something you say and you're like, uh-oh, they're gonna fight me because I said something, I was just a little bit too verbal and the fight didn't come. It's like it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because you realize, okay, they were just in my position before, so now they understand it, and it does come along you. I mean, and for me, and it's like, I know it sounds so touche, and just or not, it just sounds so cliche. I'm sorry. My brain is not working this way. Well,
Yeah, we're gonna end it now for you.
but it's so cliche, but it's odd. It's like the minute I quit looking, and I really meant it. I wasn't trying. I'm still waiting. I always tease it. He teasing. You're still waiting for the ball to drop. I said, yep. I said, just let me keep on waiting. I said, I do that for my own mental health. I'm not mean to him. So.
All right. So I think this is a good spot to end it. It is midnight somewhere in the world. Actually, I think it's past midnight for you now. So.
Yay!
So thank you guys for joining us. We hope you enjoyed. You saw an interesting Ouija board session. It called us dumb and then went into some divine talk. Didn't call me dumb.
I think you said the board's dumb.
Anyway, you guys, you be sure to check out Bonnie on all her social media. Those links are in the description below. Tell her Melvin sent you on over. You don't have to do that, but it'll be cool if you did, because I like getting shout outs.
Shouted out.
So also be sure to follow Unexplained Possibilities on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to like and subscribe. A lot more entertainment videos, whatever we want to call it, headed your way.
You were going this way and it ended like,
yeah. I don't know. I must be tired.
It's late. Yeah. We love you guys. That's basically what he's trying to say. Is we love you and all the support.
Exactly. So thank you guys again. And remember, it's midnight somewhere. So go ahead and yap. Bye.